Let's talk budgets. Elias, you've shared some of your financial journey through social media, and you continue to be an inspiration to both men and women when it comes to investing, paying off debt, managing money. What triggered you to focus on your finance?
So it was kind of a collection of three different things that made me realize that I was not very good with money and that I needed to be better with it. If I wanted to achieve some of the goals that I had set for myself, I needed to get better at it. And the first one was Hurricane Maria. Hurricane Maria really changed a lot of things in my life and a lot of my perspective. My house got uncovered, my office got uncovered. So in the same moment, I lost my home where I was living and my office, about 90% of my equipment at the time, um, and the entire industry that I was involved in pretty much got decimated, right? All of the weddings disappeared for the rest of
Yeah.
2017, well into 2018. So I had to kind of figure out how I was going to then make a living for myself. And also, saw my family picking up the rest of their lives inside of the house. And that was really, really disheartening for me. But perhaps in part thanks to Hurricane Maria, between 2018 and 2020, I actually was working on four separate things at the same time. So I had two full-time jobs. I had a social media management contract with a company here, and I also had my business, right? So I was really burning the candle at both ends. But one of the things that it allowed me to do was to hit a monthly income goal that I had set for myself since 2011. But the third thing was working all of those jobs and putting out all of this effort really gave me the opportunity to get out of debt very quickly. And it's something that Ramsey would call gazelle intense. But once I got out of debt, I realized if I keep doing the things I'm doing, I'm going to end up back in the same situation. And I have to try and find a way to be better. So that's kind of where the focus on the finances came from.
Yes, finance
Um,
focus assisted somewhere along the way.
For sure.
Thankfully, finance
For
focus was
sure.
around at the same time, and so uh, there was something I could look to and something I could start building my finances with. Starting where I was at, starting making what I was making, and looking for opportunities to do more, looking for opportunities to make more. My wife is a fantastic, what do you call it, protector of money. So
You usually find that we women, we tend to ensure that the household is focused on the finance.
Yep.
certainly, certainly. So
Yeah, yeah.
when I got married, the pastor gave the certificate to my wife, indicating that she was going to be the one to protect that.
All
Women
right.
are typically the protectors.
Yeah. Like here, as an agro processor, it's imperative to ensure that you have budgets and plans to operate your business. What are some of the processes that you employ that you can share with our listeners, fellow agro processors, small business owners, that can assist them in avoiding delays and setbacks?
Well, Luana, to be very honest, I never had money to manage before, right? My first official job, I got just after Hurricane Maria with Samaritan's Purse. And whenever you start making money, you see all of the things that you have to spend money on. And I had a plan very, very early on, but one of them was not to go to university. But I still had at the back of my mind that probably somewhere along the way, I will change my mind. And I started saving quite a bit. So the monies that I saved from Samaritan's Purse actually put me through university for some time. And if I did not have that finance available to me, I would not have gone to university, because although I am on a government scholarship, I still needed money to survive in a foreign land,
Yeah, for
all
sure.
by myself, and not being able to call anybody and say, I need 100 US, send it for me. So at that time, it was all about saving, and I saved very early on. And Financial planning keeps you focused. It helps you understand where you are and where you're going. When I started the business, my financial position was zero. But I still had to plan so I can understand that I am at zero and where do I want to be next month? I want to be at 10. Where do I want to be in the next 6 months? I want to be at 50. Where do I want to be in the next year? I want to be at least at 80. So I can know that I am actually on the path to where I envision Nature Blends. It also helps you understand what you have, what you don't, and what you want. All I had was 300 bags of turmeric when I started Nature Blends. That was it. And what I don't have was the money, or what I did not have was the money to start, or the money to even continue the business. And what I want to have is a very solid business that even after I'm gone, it can still remain.
It sounds like I need to call on you all for some financial tips. And in that regard, can you share with us your top financial tip for 2023, Elias?
You can't sleep 8 hours, right? You can't sleep 8 hours. You can't work 8 hours and go home. You can't party every weekend, right? That's why they created Carnival.
Sacrifice.
You enjoy Carnival, but on a regular Friday night, you have to be. If you really truly want to get after it, you really want to change your circumstance. I think a lot of us have debt, right? A lot of us live with debt on a regular basis. But I think the beginning of changing your financial situation is really working on the debt problem. Part of the debt problem is about discipline. So it's about not overextending yourself, not living beyond your means, sure. But a big part of the debt problem is that we need a bigger shovel to fix it, right?
Yeah.
We need something that allows us to earn a bit more. And in order for you to do that, you have to, I think you should first start allocating more hours to yourself. So one of the things that I'm doing in 2023 is I'm putting in 8 hours of work for the place that I work at and my bosses, and I'm putting in 4 hours of work for me every single day. If you do that for 365 days, I assure you you're not going to be in the same situation that you were in at the start of the year. That's guaranteed.
Solid advice.
Yep.
Lakia?
For me, it's make risk the new F word. A lot of us are so accustomed to hearing the F word that it becomes a part of us on a daily basis. So you'd hear somebody say, "What the F?" And it's like nothing to you. So when somebody say, "What the R?" we get used to it.
Don't be afraid of it.
Don't be afraid of risk. Don't be afraid of taking the risk. Every day that we or you or I am alive, take a risk. And those risks will reap rewards in the very near and far future or
Jim-
distant future.
Jim
So
Rohn-
make
Sorry.
make risk the new F word. That's it.
Jim Rohn says it's all risky.
It's all risky. Why are you afraid of it?
We have two top financial tips. Don't work for...
Don't-
sleep for 8 hours.
Don't sleep for 8 hours.
Don't
You
sleep
can't
for 8
sleep for 8
hours.
hours. Not in 2023.
And make the R word
The new F word.
the new F word.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for sharing.